Hello, and welcome back to Beautiful Mind. Well, we're here today. We're going to speak about positive motivation, how to change the way you think so that you can acquire the things you want in life. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about changing the thinking, the vibration, the frequency inside you. So anything that you think about is keeping you where you're at. Now you need to look at this from a very analytical level and a very logical view. What are we talking about? Well, if you want to change your situation or the way you do things, you need to change the way you think on the very minute, micro level. That doesn't mean that you're rewiring your brain, but you are. You're going to rewire your brain with your positive thoughts. So what are we talking about? Well, anything that's in your mind that you're thinking about, maybe you don't have a house, or I don't know, maybe you don't have a car, or maybe you don't have a job, maybe you don't have friends or a lover, or it can be a plethora of things to a lot of different people. So what do we got to do? Well, we have to banish every negative thought from our mind. And what is that going to entail? Well, that's going to really entail a lot of strong, inner, deep work where you're going to have to recognize yourself. And you're just going to have to accept that possibly the things you think and the things that you have been thinking or the way you were raised isn't exactly the correct path for you. So when we're thinking about things, you need to have just positive thoughts. And I know it's really difficult, and that's why this is so important. The more difficult things are, the more rewarding it's going to be. So train your brain to get the dopamine release that you need so that you know you're not, for instance, getting your dopamine release from maybe eating foods like cakes or whatever, or maybe you smoke cigarettes, or maybe you drink. It can be anything. So we want to remove all these negative actions and these negative thoughts. We want to create new and beautiful ones in their place. So we're not destroying anything. We're just taking what was not really positive and working, and we've just exchanged it for stuff that is positive and motivating you. All right, so every time you have a thought now, make sure your brain is recognizing that you're not finding the bad in everything. First of all, you need to find the good in every single thing, and you need to focus on that. And the one most important thing to make change is that you have to choose. You have to choose to be happy. Even in bad situations, bad times. It could be people around you. They create a bad environment for you. And maybe they say bad things about you. Let them. Let them speak all these things. Don't internalize any of it. Your mind is not for rent. That's right. Your mind is not for rent. Your mind is your property. It is your intellectual space. It is where you get all your greatness. It's where all these beautiful thoughts come from to get you ahead. You're not going to harness any negative ones anymore. You're not giving any energy, not any single atom of energy inside of you is going to any negative thoughts. You know, maybe you want to change careers, you know, do something different. People are telling you can't do that. There you go. Don't internalize and do not let these things into you. Do not let that thought or these thoughts or these conditions have any rest or respite in your mind. You can't give it any. You have to evict it. You have to be the slumlord. You have to kick out the slum. And I mean that in a literal sense. You just have to kick out all this negative, bad behavior. You have to do things. You have to do things that are, you know, a little bit prickly. You know, got to get off the comfy couch, you know. Can't just be doing Netflix and chill and Xbox. You got to do stuff. Because if you continue in that environment, I'm not saying that you do it or I do it or anyone else does it, but this is a general synopsis of the things that can distract you and fill your mind with things that you are not going to benefit from. So, this all goes back to where we're talking about, square one. Everything is a choice. So you can be in a bad situation and you can just continue to choose to focus on the problem. And there you go. The problem will continue. So if you change the way you think and you just dig deep inside and say, man, I need a change. I need a solution. I'm finding a solution. A solution is coming. So now you have changed the way you think. It's really important. Don't focus on the problem. Don't focus on what your brother said or your sister or your friend or your work colleague or your boss. None of that matters. They do not matter. You matter. Your thoughts matter. Guard your thoughts. You know, you always have people always, you know, you're in some sort of bad situation and they're trying to force you into these bad situations. Force you to agree with their bad thinking. They try so hard and you just don't give them anything. They become angry, unsettled, call you names because you're not internalizing their negative energy. So it's a choice. So choose wisely. Don't let negative energy, don't let people talk you into doing things that are not in your best interest and they only benefit them. Be careful of this. There's lots of people out there that say they want to help you and all this, but it's just so that you can help them. There's nothing to do with them helping you. Just recognize this. Lots of people do this. It can be all kinds of people. It can be any situation to anybody. So just recognize that. So change the way you think. I know, right? And what's holding you back from changing and doing these positive thoughts? It's the number one thing that kills everything. And you're going to probably laugh, but it's excuses. Every time you're presented with a problem, you make excuses as to why you can't get out of it. And that's why the problem persists. The same in my life. It's no different. So once we dig deep and recognize these things, we're able to combat them. So positive thinking. So we're going to change the way we think. That's right. We're not going to make any more excuses. We're just going to be happy. Just be happy with whatever situation. It doesn't matter what kind of situation. It can be anything to anybody. But it's really important. It's very important to you. It's very important to me. So focus on that. So change the way you think. Think positive. Banish every single negative thing. Don't allow any negative thing. You can do anything. You can achieve anything. You can be anything. You just have to want to do it, and you have to love what you do. So you need to dig deep. You really need to dig deep. I'm going to help you. I'm digging deep right now and changing myself. Well, how am I doing that? Well, the last 2 years is probably not much different than a lot of people. We've gone through a lot of really negative energy in our last 2 years. Maybe some of you have done really well over the last 2 years because of this. That's great. That's really wonderful. Share your ideas and thoughts with those around you. Be a beneficial, be a pillar in your community. So what have I done? Well, I've been studying computer sciences online with the Michigan Institute of Technology. They have a wonderful course there. Charles Severance, you can go look at my YouTube channel. Do you need to do that? No. Not necessarily, but it's certainly good to know about computers. They're certainly becoming an invasive technology in our lives. Doesn't look like they're about to go away anytime soon. What else? Well, I've created some hydrogen on-demand systems. They work. They work really well. You can go look at those. And I encourage you to go do the same thing. Push and study. One of my big mentors is Nikola Tesla, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, a bunch of really awesome dudes. And I'm probably missing a whole bunch. W.D. Gann and Bayer Aspirin. These are really incredible men. What else have I been doing? Well, I've been continuing to try to work in this crazy environment. And next I went out and I just decided I needed to start a YouTube channel. My intuition has been very strong through my whole life. The creator spirit has given me a wonderful intuition to be able to forecast. I love numbers. I really love numbers. So what have I been doing with it? Well, I've created a trading tutorials on my YouTube channel. It's only been out just over a month now. I've had about 12,000 views in total. It was a little overwhelming to begin with. It's been a really wonderful thing. So that's another thing that I've done. What else am I doing? Well, I'm still branching out. I'm still looking at other jobs and other careers. You know, I have a commercial helicopter license. I've never been able to get employment. It's really difficult. Things may be turning around and changing. I've got a few irons in the fire. So I need to be positive. I need to do positive things. So you wonder what can be done? Well, don't wonder anymore. Put your thoughts into actions. You're worth it. Your family is worth it. But most of all, you are worth it. You are so worth it. You're beautiful. Don't give up on yourself. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. So important that you believe in yourself and you believe in your abilities. So important. So important. And you can do anything. You can achieve anything. You just have to want to do it. You have to want it. You have to get away from all these negative people and these situations because they won't understand what you're doing and you will scare them because you're spreading your wings. You're doing things that they're not doing, that they won't do. So be the pillar in your community. Be the change you want to see. Carry an attitude of gratitude everywhere you go and let it show. Thank the Creator. Connect with the Creator. The Creator wants you to ask for help, but more than just asking for your help and always asking for blessings. You want a new house or $1 million or whatever it is. Don't do that. What do you need to do? Well, you need to give gratitude, and it has to come from your heart. The Spirit, the Creator knows when you're just fluffing it all up, it's not going to deliver, because it can tell that you're not being wholeheartedly. So when you eat, show gratitude. Do grace. Even if your friends, family, your colleagues around you poke and laugh at you, give gratitude to the Creator Spirit. Because no politician created this earth and all the things that creep and crawl on it. So you cannot give them gratitude. You can't pray to them. You need to pray to the source, the Creator Spirit. It can be anything to you. It doesn't matter. But give this Creator Spirit gratitude. Tell it you love it for your beautiful working legs. Your eyes work, your ears work, you have a great intuition. You just give all that gratitude, it gave you a healthy body and you've poisoned it with all this stuff. So it's time to give gratitude. You want health and wealth, well, and love, you need to carry an attitude of gratitude everywhere you go and let it show. Show others that when you're in tough times are not dictating you. You are in control and you are happy regardless of the situation or any outcome that is happening. You are just going to be happy, you're going to be positive, and you're going to focus on your goals, on your end goals, the change you want to see. That's right. Be the change you want to see. So how do you do that? Well, you have to go out there, like I said, and you have to banish all bad thoughts from your mind. You can go out, you can go inside, go deep inside, dig really deep, face yourself. Because down in there, in that darkness of the inside of you, is light, and it wants to come out. Your light wants to come out. Let it out. Just remember now, things are created in darkness, so light and dark have a duality, and they're coupled together. Remember, a baby is made in darkness of the womb, where this wonderful creativity, this consciousness is brought together, this beautiful biomechanical organism that is capable of loving, hating, hungry, thirsty, tired, full, scared, happy. These are amazing things. What else on earth do we have that can be created so perfectly? So, in darkness, creation is forthcoming. Because in the beginning, there was darkness. And then the Creator said, let there be light. So, inside you, there could be a lot of darkness. And that's fine. Don't worry about how much darkness is there. Because the more darkness you have, the more light that you can create by turning that darkness into light. That's right. Yeah, I know, you might be laughing. Yeah, right, really. Well, it's true. And it's time that you started to dig deep, look inside, realize that you're a really beautiful light being, and that you've been wearing a cape of darkness. So take all that stuff that's inside that darkness and create something good with it. Turn it into a positive light. It's inside you to do. And you can do it. You can all do it. Anyone can do it. You have to change the way you think. You have to start thinking positively. You have to carry an attitude of gratitude everywhere you go and let it show. Let the other spiritual beings around you see your light. your great, happy energy. Nothing is going to faze you, and nothing is going to stop you. Nothing. Why? Because you're not making excuses anymore. You're not having a smoke or a beer or some sort of cheesecake or Netflix and chill. You're going to go and you're going to dig deep down inside, and you're going to go and study things that you need to study, you want to study, things that you need to change your life. You're going to change your career. You're going to change the place where you live. You're going to change your circle. You can represent any kind of thing, but it needs to be good. It doesn't mean you need to banish everyone from your life. I'm not saying that at all. But you need to create a ring of boundaries, like a bullseye target. It has different colors and rings, and you need to keep certain spirits behind those boundaries so that you rest at the bullseye. That's right. Because you are the bullseye. Aldebaran, the bullseye in the great constellation. I'm born in May, and I believe that I resonate deeply with Aldebaran. Doesn't matter where you're born, where you are on your, you need to take a look at where you were born. You want to find out where the best places to live on the earth for you? Go check out Astro Dentist.